Mr. Blanks with another video, and today I'll be going over all the cards in Scarlet and Violet Journey together. We'll jump right into it. I'm not gonna go over every specific card. I'm just scroll down. I'm go over I would say the most impactful ones, and then I'll do a top 10 video in a separate video that should be out within a couple days after this video comes out. Nothing too there's nothing like too important. There's Lilligant abilities, Sunny Day, your grass and fire Pokemon attacks do 21 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's pretty important. That means you could, you know, buff up some numbers. Pretty cool overall. Probably pick up a couple. Always pick up a playset. I always say. And most important thing, pick up singles. If you're buying cards from this set, pick up singles, and also while you're picking up singles, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for this channel if you want more content. Maractus, ability bursting needle. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and it's knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put 6 damage counters on an attacking Pokemon. Pretty good. That means this is like a Badoo counter, like ×2. And has a good attack, a neat attack, corner for 1 color, energy 20 damage. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. That's mean pretty much you lock them in place and then boom, just keep attacking them and they can't retreat. Pretty cool. Here's a Mungus card, 1 energy, Spore Ball, 30 damage. Your opponent active Pokemon's now asleep. It's alright. Mushroom Swing for Grass and Colorless, 100 damage. Flip a coin or plus. Flip a coin if has attack does 80 more damage. It's alright. It's nothing to like be excited about. You got a Masquerada, ability Showtime. Once during your turn, you may use this ability. If this Pokemon is on the bench, you switch it with your actual Pokemon. You got a Rising Bloom double colorless attack. 90 plus. If your opponent's actual Pokemon is an EX, this attack does 90 more damage. That means you can one shot any Pokemon weak to grass. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. It's a stage 2, but it doesn't get knocked out by Death Noir. That's a good thing about it. You got Magmortar ability, Magma Surge. During Pokemon checkup, put 3 more damage cards on your opponent's burn Pokemon. There's a deck I was thinking about this could work with. This could actually work in tandem with Incineroar EX from Temporal Forces, where its attack Incineroar does attack 240 damage. It's got an ability that it does the attack cost is 1 less colors for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. You can essentially do it for 1 fire. Then this adds 3 more damage counters. That's mean you can do 290 with essentially 1 fire energy. Yeah, that's a deck I might cook up. I'm not sure. Blaziken EX, ability Overflowing Spirit. Once during your turn, you may attach your basic energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Pretty good effect. You could the thing is it's not just fire, so you can do any energy. Then it's got an attack, burning assault, 20 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't attack. You're mostly using it for the ability. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And Darmanitan. Backdraft 30 times damage. This attack does 30 damage for each energy card in your opponent's discard pile. Okay, that's mean energy card. That's mean what that does is energy card in a sense makes it that this pretty much is like a slightly weaker version of Scarlet, but it affects your opponent's discard pile. This could actually knock out Scarlet if Scarlet has more than 9 energy in the discard. Crazy enough. The mining cannon, 90 damage. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Pretty nice. You could snipe. This is definitely good in this format where No bench barriers. Manaphy rotates out. You got Reshiram, kind of bad. Volcanion EX. Once then you turn this Pokemon in your action spot, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon burn for 2 fire and color. Heat Cyclone. 160 damage, moving energy from this Pokemon to a bench Pokemon. Pretty cool, pretty cool. None too much to laugh at, but this could synergize well with Magmortar in a sense. You have Ludicolo. Each of your opponents got ability Vital Samba. Each of your opponent Pokemon in play gets 40 HP. Effect of Vital Samba doesn't stack, unfortunately, but pretty good ability. That's mean you could boost something up, get it out of the way of a certain attack if needed. Wailord, 4 colors, energy, Hydro Pump, 10 plus damage. The attack does 50 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. That's mean due to it needs 4 energy, it would minimally it'll do 210 damage at minimum if you have no modifiers like a counter game. This would do 210 damage. It's pretty good. This sounds pretty good. Stage 1, 240 HP. Wailord, pretty good. You got what's any other good card? Iona's Voltorb. 20 plus damage attack does 20 more damage for each lightning energy attached to all your Iona's Pokemon. This is gonna be one of the attackers for Iona's Billy Ball, Iona's deck. And the main thing what you want to do is you put all the energy on and then you use Iona's Voltorb attack. It's very low HP, but you can also use Brave Charm boosted to 120. It's cute deck. I'm not sure if Iona's gonna be competitive, but I definitely would want to try the deck out in a sense. You got the new Tapu Koko EX. Thunder Connect 60 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each of your bench Pokemon. This maxes out at 220 if you have Area 0. With 5, it does 160. With 8, it does 220. That's me. This is a pretty good attacker. You get around, you can knock out Cornerstones, you can knock out Melodic EX. You can't unfortunately hit into Farigiraf because you are an EX, but pretty good attacker. Iona's Belly Bolt EX, ability Electric Stream. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a basic lightning energy card from your hand to one of your Iona's Pokemon. Thunderous Bolt. 230 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't attack. Pretty cool. Pretty cool card. The ability. This is how you'll get all the electric energy onto your Pokemon. And the Pokemon that this pairs well with is Iona's Kilowattrel. Ability Flash Draw. You must discard a basic lightning energy from the Pokemon in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 6 cards in your hand. If you do, you attach all the energy to Kilowattrel. Then you discard it till you have 6 in your hand. But then you'll use Belly Bowl to feed Kilowattrel energy to have it for the Voltorb. That's how this whole system works. It's pretty cool. I do like the synergy behind it. But this deck does lose very easy to Dusknoir. That's my biggest threat. If Dusknoir does pick up in play, this deck would just not do well. And Iona's Belly Bolt does for 3 lightning in the colors, Thunderous Bolt, 230 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can attack. Not a bad attack. It's a pricey, but it's not a bad attack, and does a discard. That's a good thing. Lilith Clefairy is probably the best card in the set. Tell you that right now. The weakness of each of your opponent's dragon Pokemon is now psychic. That means Dragon Pole and Irritable, the 2 best dragons right now, they gain a weakness. That makes it scary. Full Moon Rondo, pretty much just the same attackers as Entei and Raikou V that are rotating out. Full Moon Rondo, 20 plus damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon. That's me if If this the max attack this could have, I want to say is you do 20 each, and if there's on the bench, if 8 on each bench is you're doing a max of 340 damage. I want to say because you're yeah the 8 was it you doing 160 on your side, 160 on your opponent's side. Three, yeah, you're doing a max of 340. If you have both of you and your opponent have max benches. Honestly, this is a card I would definitely recommend picking up if you're playing Terror Box or any Gardevoir or any deck that can play Psychic Energy. Definitely recommend picking this up. Um, you got a Bennett card right here, Curse Speech. This goes well with Zeros's Machination. The opponent shuffles 3 cards from their hand into the deck. Curse Speech. Yep, pretty good attacker. It pretty much in the senses like you take all your opponent's resources out, and then boom, done. And now we got this attack ends. Silica or that one I'm not gonna pronounce. If someone knows how to pronounce this, let me know down in the comment section. First attack, Psychic Spear, 20 damage. Alright, cool. Second attack, Psychic double colors, victory symbol. If you use this attack when you only have one prize card remaining, you win this game. This could be a cute tech in the end deck. You probably will never need it, but it's cute if you go against a wall deck. You can't get that last out, or this could be even using Gardevoir as a troll deck. You just go, Night Stretcher, get this, retreat into it. And it's like if you have one prize card remaining, you just feel like winning like this. Boom, victory symbol. Boom, game over. It's cute. Will it ever come up? I don't think so. Lily's Rabombi, ability of Lighting Wink. When you play the Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon in your turn, you may have your opponent reveal their hand and put any number of basic Pokemon you find there into the bank. This could be good in troll decks with Company and Flute. You take the cards out of the deck, and then whatever card they have in their hand, boom, you could get this on the bench to feed Lily's Clefairy, as well as, just trap other cards. Not a bad card. Duffy, probably a 1-2 of pick up. Lily's Comfy, such a deck for any basic Lily Pokemon, put them on your bench and stuff your deck. Laracall, not bad. It's not bad because it's an attack, and it's kind of like a battle VIP during it, as an attack. It's not bad. Let's see if there's any more cards. Mammoth Wine EX. Ability, Mammoth Carry. Once during your turn, you may set your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Rumbling March, 180 damage. This attack does 40 more damage for each stage 2 Pokemon on your bench. Probably a 2 or 3 of. This could be his own deck. This is very tanky, 340 HP. Very tanky Pokemon. That attack is like if you have a bunch of stage 2s. I think if you have 4 stage 2s on the bench, you're doing 160, you're doing 340. And I think right there that's good enough. And if one of them is like a Terror type, oh, you can widen your bench. Oh man. The 40, 320, he could Aeroswine technically could do up to 500 damage if you have a bench full of, but I don't think it'll ever come to that much. It might be at most 340. If it comes to 380, yeah, that's dangerous. I'll definitely pick this up. I'll definitely recommend people picking this up. You got the Larvitar, Pupitar line, and I know that there's a Tyranitar coming up. Lichen Rock, Entangle Spikes. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon in your turn, you may attack up to 2 Spike Energies from your discard pile to Pokemon. Pretty cool. It might not see play. Yeah, Toad Screw that actually might see play as long as this Pokemon is on your bench. Your Pokemon active retreat costs 2 colors left. You can see using Charizard or any deck that has a stage 2 Pokemon, in my opinion, or Pokemon with heavy retreat costs. at least two. Oh, here's the Tyranitar. Tyranitar ability, Daunting Gaze. While this Pokemon is in the active spot, your Pokemon can't play any item cards from the hand. Crackling Stomp, 150 damage. Discard the top two cards of your opponent's deck. Pretty cool. You have a mill slash item lock. It's cool. It's very easy to get around. I mean, if you have two, you could if they try to bounce one, you could put the other one. Overall, it's not a bad day. Not bad. I don't know how it will play, but it looks like it can be decent. And Zoroark ability trait. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw two cards. Nice. Draw engine itself. Night Joker. Choose one of your bench and Pokemon attacks and use that as attack. Okay, that's me. We already saw a few end Pokemon. Darmanitan is definitely a attacker in this. And Darmanitan wasn't bad. I do believe it'll see play, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this deck would. It might take off over it in the West. But I was hyped for this deck when it came out as Dark when we saw it at Worlds last year. But then the more support we got for it, I was like, my hype it kind of went down. I was like, okay, it's not as good as you think it is. There's End Cling, Cling, Triple Smash, 120 damage, 120 times damage, flip 3 coins. This attack does 120 damage for each head. In order to really do any damage, you gotta hit at least 2. If you're hitting a Pokemon for weakness, all you gotta do is hit 2 heads, you're good. In a sense. Not bad, but just too situational. Hops Corviknight. This card was good in pre-release. Choose through 50 damage. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Don't apply weakness resistance for bench Pokemon. Boom. Pretty good. It's a good sniper. Steel Wing. 150 damage. 2 melon colors. During your opponent's next turn, the opponent takes 60 less damage from attack. Not bad. I won't see play in the Hops deck, but I might see play in his own deck itself. Hops Dashing EX. Close Cleave, 30 damage. I think it's another name. I think some of these got or maybe Close Cleave is a name, but I think they all got different names. This attack is a 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Not bad. There's decks that is being crafted around this where they only use the first attack. I like the second attack a little more. Brave Flash, 3 melon colorless. During your next turn, the Pokemon can use Brave Flash. Pretty good. Overall, pretty good. If it was one less metal, it'd be a lot better. Solomon EX. You have White Blast attacks the 50 to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Pretty good. Fire 2 colors though. It's kind of steep. And then you got the Dragon Impact, 300 damage. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Woo. Pretty good though. Fire, water, 2 colors. I like that. You got End's Reshiram, 20 times damage attack, 20 damage for each damage count on this Pokemon. Mostly this is gonna be for the Endor deck. It's not a bad thing, but a lot of times you're gonna hit it around Endor. You're gonna try to knock it out one shot that they can't use powerful rage. The second attack is the attack I think is gonna see more play. Virtual Flame, 170 damage. This is gonna be like the main attacker in the end deck, and it's cool, but the end deck doesn't lack a massive attacker in a sense. If I think it's gonna see play, but it's gonna be one of those where it's gonna be like a Mew VMAX where you're gonna have to use abilities and a tool to get the attack higher. Hop Snorlax, the big ability, big belly. Attacks your Hops Pokemon, do 30 more damage to your opponent's actual Pokemon. Pretty good. That pretty much you're able to just boost up all your Hops Pokemon. It doesn't stack though, that's the only thing, but I don't think that it's kind of good that it does stack. Because if it did stack, it'd be It's too broken. The Dunsparce EX 60 damage times. This attack does 60 damage for each of your opponent's active Pokemon. That means this could be, and for one color's energy. This could punish a lot of decks that overextend and build a big board when they don't need to. Overall, I do recommend picking up a couple of these cards. Brag 150 damage. This attack does damage isn't affected by any effect on your Pokemon's active Pokemon. It's a shred Pokemon, mainly for Mimikyu. The Dunsparce hits around Cornerstone because it's not a ability. It doesn't have an ability. It's not a basic. That's mean it can knock out for Rigrat, and it's not a terror. That's mean it can hit what's the Pokemon? Melodic EX. Overall, good Pokemon. What else do we got? Hops double. Oh yeah, this is good. Ability Challenge Horn. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to extra spot. You got a boss on evolution. I mean, you can boss something up and then use your actual support that you want. This is gonna be good in a lot of decks that mainly need to use supporters in order to get things rolling, and this could mitigate some of that. Like, and now instead of having to use boss when you need to use another card, you can use, or if you need a boss for game, you can go research whatever card, Ultra Ball into this, or you can research into this boss, then win. Pretty good. Hop double. This definitely a 2 of in a lot of decks. If you consider it. Hops Kramer. Oh my god, this card was so broken. Fickle Spit, 120 damage. If your opponent doesn't have exactly 3 or 4 cards made, this deck does nothing. In pre-release, if you start off with 4 prize cards, this card just automatically gets used turn 1. During, regular Pokemon, not pre-release, this card is a good mid-game attacker. You get at least 2 free turns, of attackers. Definitely recommend picking up at least 2 or 3 copies of this. I think every deck could use this, in my opinion. Billy and O'Nair. Draw 2 cards, and you have 2 more cards in your hand. Draw 2 more. Pretty cool. They got new black bells. 41 damage to the active opponent EX. They got the one from the whole region, the Universe region, the Paldean region. Rock Scouting, this one of the new cards. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon and or 1 evolution. You get a choice of 2 basics or 1 evolution, and put them in your hand and shuffle your deck. Pretty cool. Hot Bag, search your deck for 2 basic hot Pokemon, put them in your bench. Any hot Pokemon, I mean, you just basic hot Pokemon. It works pretty well. I like Hot Bag. Definitely is a 2 or 3 of in the deck if you want to play the Hop deck. Hop's Choice Man, this to me is a 4 of. When the Hop Pokemon is a card attached to uses attack, the attack is 1 colorless less. All your attackers have some kind of attack that has a colorless symbol that automatically Hop's Choice Man will be used. Some will have 0 attack after Hop's Choice Man, and some will have 1 less. That's me. Hot Choice Man is definitely a recommendation 4 of. Lavinica. 1 thing your turn, each player turn. That player may put up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard prior to your hand. Goldango. With a Goldango, maybe Miraidon, maybe, I'm not sure, probably not. And what's other? Iono's deck will definitely want to use this. Because honestly, you just put it right back in your hand, and you could just put it back onto Kilowattrel and then draw some more cards. Lily's Pearl. Lavinica probably is 3 of. Lily's Pearl. If the Lily Pokemon with this card is attached and knocked out by damage from your opponent's attack, your opponent takes 1 for your prize card. Pretty much it's an attack. That's mean if your opponent is knocked out by a not ability, but an effective attack like Roaring Moons and Frenzy Gouging, the Lily Pearl won't work. Other than that, 2 or 3 of. I don't think a Lily deck would be a pure Lily deck would be good, but overall, I recommend this card. end castle. Each end Pokemon play, both yours and your opponent has no retreat cost. And that makes having Darmanitan a lot easier because Darmanitan has what three? Was it Darmanitan had three retreat costs, and that's a heavy retreat cost. Plus, the card already discards all the cards that's made. If you need it, put it back into your bench. You can just free retreat it. The card, all the casters are gonna crack up when they have to say this on stream and PP up. Attach a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your bench and Pokemon. Pretty much, this is more like a water patch, dark patch for indoor, more likely. Also be for the Darmanitan Pulse Wick. Attacks of hot Pokemon. Or if you are the opponent, do certain more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness. This is busted. Now you got Pokemon doing more damage on top of already getting a choice band that gives them more damage and one less energy cost. You got new Professor Research Art of Professor Sada. Redeemable ticket after counting your prize card. Shuffle them, put them on the bottom deck, and take that many cards from the top of your deck and put them face down as your prize card. Pretty cool. If you got all the cards that you need out of your deck out, you get redeemable ticket, shuffle, you don't have to prize check, put the card at the bottom, and then boom. It's pretty cool. Ruffian, discard Pokemon tool and energy from your opponent's Pokemon. Might see play, I'm not sure. This might see play in a control deck. Super Potion, heal 60 damage from one of your Pokemon. If you do, discard energy attached to that Pokemon. Pretty cool. Spike energy. As long as, it provides colors energy. This card is attached to it, is in the active spot and is damaged by an opponent's attack. Even if it is knocked out, put 2 damage cards on an attacking Pokemon. Not bad. Main thing is this can easily get played around. Overall, not a bad set. But my honest opinion, the set's kind of, I don't want to say mid. It's just all right. There's nothing about this set. There are some cards that stand out, but overall, the set is there's a lot of there's a lot of starter deck cards from I'm like okay, some of these cards just sting. Some of them are all right. Overall, I'll probably give this the set probably it gets a thumbs up mainly because there's a lot of good cards in here, training cards, but overall, and I'm always going to say this, buy singles. Other than that, Mr. Blame's another video. Always buy singles when it comes to set like these. The set has about 160 cards plus. Just buy singles and keep them moving. So thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share with a friend, and click on the next video that YouTube's recommended. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.